I'm William White, Chief Marketing Officer at Walmart. I've been at Walmart for 4 months, so I'm still a little bit of a newbie, and this is my first time experiencing open call. But what I can tell you is in the 4 months that I've been here, I've heard so much about this incredible program and how it contributes to helping Walmart achieve our commitment to source an additional $250 billion in goods that are made, grown, sourced, or assembled in the United States. To those of you who are scheduled to meet with one of our merchants later today, congratulations. I know this is a tremendous opportunity and something that you've been working very hard at for some time. And for many of you, again, these meetings are an opportunity to really help advance what you have done and what you have put a lot of your blood, sweat, and tears into. And so again, that's commendable. And just being here, again, congratulations on that. And you certainly are here because you want to gain information and insights that can help your business grow stronger. And welcome to all of you. We're so pleased that you could join us, especially right now, given that this is, we are celebrating the U.S. Manufacturing Month. And we recognize the important role that small and medium-sized businesses play in the communities, across the country, communities that we serve and that we live and work in. Data shows us that small and medium-sized businesses continue to drive the national and local economy. They represent 99.7% of US businesses. They employ 47% of the US workforce, and they're responsible for 66% of new US jobs. So investing in the US, in US businesses and US manufactured products like yours, is so good for the local communities that we live in. It supports US job creation, which is certainly something that all of us care about. Investing in US manufactured products is also important because we know that 86% of shoppers say that purchasing US manufactured products is important to them. And of these, 2/3 say that they seek out US manufactured products at least most of the time. That is why we are all here today. US manufactured products matter to our customers. It matters to them because you are creating jobs locally and hiring people locally. You're also here because Walmart is playing an increasingly important role in providing products and that customers need, but also for the emerging brands that we want to carry because our customers are seeking newness and looking for things to browse and discover. And so what I'd say is if a product that's made in the US is important to 86% of our customers, why is it only that 2/3 say they seek out these products? This is kind of what I want to get into a little bit, and what I want to spend some time talking about is getting into a glimpse of the psyche of the Walmart customer, what matters to them, and how you can best position yourself for success in meeting their needs. Jim Walton, who is Sam Walton's youngest son, was recently asked to sum up in just a few words what his dad's legacy was. And he said, simple, 4 words: focus on the customer. And so if I could offer you one tip today, it would be those same 4 words: focus on the customer. You may not know, but 91% of Americans have shopped at a Walmart in the last year. Because of that, the Walmart customer is a true reflection of America. We need to understand and meet the needs of this broad range of customers. It's rare for a brand to serve the entire US population. Most brands are able to focus on and cater to just a small subset of people. But we have a unique challenge in creating experiences that delight every demographic, every person in the US. So here are a few more interesting facts that I think, influence how we think about our customers. One is millennials are the largest adult generation, and they're really coming into the forefront in terms of entering their prime spending years. So they clearly are a big focus for us. The US population is also increasingly multicultural. Today, 22% of all adults in this country are bilingual. By 2030, 44% of the US population will be multicultural, the largest of which being the Latinx culture at 44%. We spend a lot of time with our customers to really understand who they are and what matters to them. At the core, we've concluded that the Walmart customer is essentially the busy family. And there are two priorities that they are constantly juggling, and that is saving time and saving money. In the segmentation work that we do, we focus on two groups: time-sensitive busy families and budget-sensitive busy families. Let me talk a little bit about each of those. The time-sensitive busy family, almost half of these families have children. Generally speaking, they're a bit younger and more multicultural. They spend a lot of time online, and they're using devices to help them save time. And there's a tension between that saving time and saving money, but ultimately, everyday low price, or EDLP, is really important to them. We also have our budget-sensitive busy families. For them, the core is the importance of sticking to a budget in order to save money. Demographically, this group is mostly non-Hispanic white. They work very hard to compare prices. They shop in a fewer number of stores, and they're extremely value conscious. So again, EDLP is important to them. Understanding what drives these customer segments and what's important to them will help you understand what our merchants are looking for when they meet with prospective buyers and prospective suppliers. Most importantly, it will help position you the success and set you up for success once you land the deal, and helping you to make sure that you're connecting with these customers through your marketing and through your PR strategies. And here's another thing: the gap that we saw earlier between that 86% of shoppers who say where a product is manufactured is important, and the fact that only 2/3 of them indicate that they're actively seeking out US manufactured products. As a marketer, you learn pretty quickly that what a person says and what they do doesn't always match up. The budget-sensitive busy families are less likely to seek out made in the USA products. And why is that? Well, while it may be important to them, and they say it's important, ultimately we know that price is the number one thing. And so that is where they are going to make that final decision on what is the best price that they can find. And again, the takeaway here to keep in mind as you prepare for merchant conversations is Walmart customers care that your product is manufactured in the US. They also are motivated by price. And so essentially now as families can, and that's even more so now that families are really pinched during the global pandemic that we've been facing. Price matters. So how do you address the challenge and set yourself up for success? I want to talk about 4 key elements of a strong marketing strategy. And these are considerations that are relevant to businesses of all sizes. And there's certainly things that here at the Fortune 1 we think about constantly. And the first, know your customer. Presumably, each of you has prepared some sort of marketing plan, some sort of marketing strategy that has put you in position to pitch your product to Walmart. So more than likely, you have the basics, the marketing 101 covered. What I want to spend a few more minutes talking about is going a little bit deeper in thinking about your marketing strategy. You know, Sweetie Ice Cream was one of the success stories from last year's open call. And what they like to say is getting into Walmart is one thing, staying at Walmart is another. Essentially what they're saying is just being on the shelves whether that's physically or digitally, that's not going to necessarily get you the attention of the 275 million customers that shop with us weekly around the globe, or the 91% of US households that shop at Walmart every year. You have to have a strategy to reach your customers. And the strategy begins with knowing your customers and who they are. You know, we talked a little bit about who the Walmart customer is. I won't go in too much more detail there, but I think one of the most important takeaways about the Walmart customer is they are busy families, and they follow along a continuum of being time sensitive and budget sensitive, and they're highly digital. So in this case, digital marketing strategies are going to be key to reaching your customers. Think about the ways that you use technology to connect with them, and realize that your customer may evolve, and you may discover new customer segments along the way. The next thing I think to talk about is the fact that knowing your customer isn't enough. You also have to know the competition, and you want to lead. You want to stay ahead of where your competition is and where they're going. I think you have to recognize that your competition, of course, is local, but we live in a global economy, and there could be a business on the other side of the world that has a similar product that one day may be entering the US market. I think one of the mistakes that businesses sometimes make is really just focusing on that core competitor, and not taking into account a broader set of the competition. And generally speaking, what happens when you do that is you get disrupted. And so I think that you need to watch for businesses that perhaps today might not be in direct competition with you, but based on where you are, or where they are, and where you are going, where they're going, they could turn into a competitor, a direct competitor in the future. And I think you need to watch for that, and think about how you might expand into new segments, or how others might do so. You have to realize that competition is dynamic. You want to stay ahead. You want to forecast where others are going, so that you can adjust and pivot your plans accordingly. Always look for the unmet needs that are happening in your category right now that another entrepreneur may be working on to solve. So develop a best-in-class experience by benchmarking others. Stay strong, learn from others, learn from the successes and from the failures that you see in the marketplace. You know, watching your competition doesn't necessarily mean you need to be something that you're not. I think you need to know who you are, and you need to know your brand. Develop a clear brand voice. Why do you exist? What is your brand purpose, your positioning? What is the promise that you offer to customers? What are the values? I think the clearer you are at defining these certainly helps your company in being clear on who you are. I think it also helps to make decision-making more easily, making decisions that are consistent with who your brand is. What's your brand personality? How does it come to life? You have to realize that everything communicates. So ensure that your brand's personality and identity are clear in every touch point you have with the customer, from your packaging to your social media, product demos that you have, sampling, any PR outreach. Knowing what works for your business and knowing your customer, I think that you need to really understand what are the things that you're doing that's working today and what's not working. You have to realize that not every single marketing touch point might be for you. Some may work harder for your brand than others. So whether it's search engine optimization or content marketing, paid search, influencers, etc., make sure that you take a strategic approach to your planning. You don't have to have a kitchen sink, do everything mentality about it. Pick the tactics that are working for you. Develop some data sets and make sure that you're identifying the metrics in the marketing activity that you have. Pivot along the way. Have a dynamic plan such that you can put more dollars into the things that are working and take money away from things that aren't working for you. Test and learn. The world of retail is very dynamic, and customer needs can change rapidly. So make sure you do try new things, take some risks, and if you're going to fail at something, fail fast, learn from it, and move on. With that, I want to close out really by thanking you for tuning in today. It's been good to be able to share virtually with you some insights and thoughts about who the Walmart customer is, and at ways you can position your business for success once you secure the deal at Walmart. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that I'll have a chance to see your products on our shelves in store and online very soon. Take care.